Isaiah 54 verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. Verse 17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. All praise to Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shah, Hashem Kakadash. Now, these weapon that the Lord has created is to destroy, because he created everyone that makes a weapon, and he's saying, I created this weapon to destroy. And so this is how the war is going to pop off. And Isaiah chapter 34 talks about this war. Starting at verse 1, and say, come near, ye nations, to hear and listen, you people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. Verse 2, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. See, that's what the waster is to do, to destroy these nations. He have delivered them to the slaughter. See, this is these nations that's who are the enemy of the Lord. Isaiah 34 and 5 is talking about these nuclear missiles coming to America. It says, for my sword, talking about the nuclear missiles, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven, in the sky. Behold, it shall come down. So it's going to be in the sky. He going to have a sword in the sky, and his sword is going to come down. Where is it going to come down? It shall come down upon Idumea. Idumea is the so-called white man. And in this verse, that's a Greek term for Edom. It's the so-called white man. That this sword is going to come down from heaven and hit. It says, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Verse 6, the sword of the Lord, which is this nuclear missiles, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys and rams. For the Lord have a sacrifice in Basra. Basra is the capital city of the so-called white man. See, America is the capital of the empire, the capital city of this empire of the so-called white man. It says, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. See, this is going to be a great slaughter in America when his sword come down upon this place and he created this sword to destroy. See, he created this sword to destroy. And Isaiah 34 is the second coming. Look at all of your theologians, they will tell you it's the second coming. Now, Isaiah 63 also talks about the second coming. It says, who is this that cometh from Edom? That lets you know what Idumea is. With dyed garments from Basra. See, there go that capital city again, Basra, America. It says, this that is glorious in his apparel. See, that's Yahweh Shai, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. He's going to be glorious in his apparel. What did he say in Luke 21, chapter 21, verse 26 or 27. said he would be coming on the clouds with great glory. See, that's why it says, this that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in his greatness. What is that? With great glory? Traveling in his greatness of his strength. See, when he's gonna come when those nuclear missiles is headed to America. You see, it's gonna be the same period of time when those nuclear missiles coming towards America. Yahushua is gonna be here delivering the children of Israel before these nuclear missiles hit, or maybe even while they're hitting. He's gonna be, in a twinkle of an eye, be changing the elect of the children of Israel and beaming them up in his chariot. Now, let me get that Luke, because that thing matches so perfectly. Luke 21 and 27. It says, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. Okay, back to Isaiah 63. Who is this that is coming from Edom, whose dyed garments from Basra? That is this that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in his greatness of his strength. I speak in righteousness, mighty to save. See, he's coming to save the elect of Israel. Verse 2, it says, wherefore art thou red in thy apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth the wine fat? See, that's why it said that sword will be bathed in heaven, coming down upon Idumea, the sword filled with blood. Because not only is the nuclear missiles the sword of the Lord, Yahushua is also the sword of the Lord. And he's saying his garments is going to be filled, is going to be red. Why is his garments going to be red? Verse 3, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my remnant, meaning my clothes, with their blood. Verse 4, for the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is come. See, this is how Yahushua is coming. Now let's go to few chapters over. That was in Isaiah 63, but in Isaiah 66, it shares another look at this second coming, or this the end when Yahushua come in great glory. 66 verse 15, it say, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. Verse 16, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. See, fire is going to be in that sword. That sword is going to be bringing fire, because those nuclear missiles is a big ball of fire that's going to create more fire when it hit. Like the Jamaicans say, more fire. He gonna create more fire when he come with those nuclear missiles. It says he will plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. That's why I said it will be a great sacrifice in Basra, in the land of Idumea, America. See, so these nuclear missiles and this nuclear threat is biblical. It's been prophesied that this is going to happen thousands of years before it happened. Now let's go back to 34, because it tells you clearly what this sword is. We're going to go back to 34, and we're going to jump back up to verse 4. It say, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved. See, that's when those nuclear missiles hit. You're going to see the cloud, a mushroom cloud. It's saying the heaven shall be rolled together as a scroll. See, that's how a mushroom cloud look. It looked like a scroll. It said, and all their hosts shall fall down. See, all the leaf falleth off of the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. Now that goes to Revelation 6, because this is another part of what this nuclear missiles is causing. Revelation 6, starting at verse 12, it said, and behold, when he had opened the sixth seal and looked, there was a great earthquake. What is that great earthquake? Nuclear missiles. The nuclear missiles is going to cause a great earthquake. See, it ain't going to be just the ground shaking. That nuclear missile hit, boom, and it's going to be multiple nuclear missiles. Boom, 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 boom. It's in the sun became black as the sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. See? That's because of all of the smoke. Verse 13 is Revelation 6 and 13. And the stars of heaven fell upon the earth. Those stars is nuclear missiles. You see the fire coming out the back of them. It looked like a shooting star. It says, and see the sun going to be darkened or blackened, so it's going to be dark. And you're going to see a bunch of nuclear missiles coming with this light from the back, from the fire. It says, the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as even as a fig tree casts her untimely figs. Balls, see, the figs are round circles, and they all fall. That's how these nuclear missiles is gonna be multiple missiles coming down, looking like stars and looking like round bombs, round balls, shining. It says, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. That's when that wind hit the ground. Boom! And cause that earthquake. It'd be a mighty wind. All the wind go to spreading all around, because when that missile hit, it's gonna be wind to knock over the buildings, to tear people into shreds. Verse 14 is saying, the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. There you go again with that scroll, that cloud, mushroom cloud. Verse 15 is saying, the kings of the earth and the rich men and the great men and the rich man and the chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens. That's the doomsday bunkers, and in the rocks of the mountains. Verse 16, and said unto the mountains and rocks, fall on us, hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. Verse 17, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? This is what these nuclear missiles is for. Isaiah 56. This is what Isaiah 54:16 was talking about. This is why these nuclear missiles were created, to destroy. And these rich individuals is going to be hiding. That's why he said a rich man shall not inherit the kingdom. But these are going to be the only rich men to inherit it as slaves, because Jeremiah 16 talks about the hunters going to hunt them out of these mountains, out of these dens of the rocks, out of these bunkers. It's going to be spiritual men with incorruptible spiritual body going in them bunkers and snatching their behind out of there and putting them in chains, putting them in captivity, and throwing them in a pit. You see? So this is what's transpiring on the earth, and if you seeing all these things is being dissolved, just like in Peter's 2 Peter, I think 3 and chapter 3, it says, seeing all this thing that's coming to pass, that he's finna blow this country, America, up completely, like Revelation 17 and 16 says, he's gonna utterly burn this place with fire. What kind of person is you gonna be in holy acts of the holy acts of godliness? See, what are you gonna be doing knowing that he's finna get ready to blow this place up? And if they know it, that's why they giving warning. He's giving you warning through the prophets. He's giving you warning through the news channels. Giving you warning through the rumors of wars that Yahweh shall say that will be happening in Matthew 24. All of these are warning for people to get their mind right and live a godly life and obey his commands. And the whole book and all the holy scriptures from the 80 books, not 66 books, but the 80 books let you know what he command you to do. And it don't take long to read these things. People watching TV and doing everything else in the world, but these writings give the commands of God, and it's gonna benefit a person to get those commands and start doing them and beg for mercy, because judgment is coming. But I'm going to leave it there. All praises to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem Rekakadash. Double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, descendants of slaves scattered around the globe. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.